Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about my May favorites. It's so crazy to me that we're already at the end of May and that summer is here. It's pretty wild. This year really flew by. So if you want to see what I was loving in May, just keep on watching. So just to get this out of the way, I've mentioned it in my past two videos and it's discontinued, but it has been a total favorite for me this month, is the Urban Decay Naked Palette. Like I said, I know you can no longer get your hands on this, but it was so popular for so many years that I'm sure a ton of you have it. So this was something I pulled out of my collection this month and really ended up using a lot, and I'm really glad I did. This was such a rediscovered favorite for me. This honestly has so many shades that I need on a day-to-day look. I mean, most likely I would just go in with Naked and Buck, the two mattes, put something shimmery on the lid, then, you know, go in with an inner corner highlight and put something matte or just this kind of light shimmer on my brow bone. For me, that's all I need. And then, you know, maybe like a matte, one of these two mattes on the lower lash line just for some definition. Mascara, that is perfect for me every day. And honestly, I don't even wear eyeshadow every single day, but just for an event, either where I am wearing eyeshadow or when I feel like wearing it, this is great. Yeah, I'm really glad I pulled this out of my collection this month and got some use out of it. Just because it's discontinued doesn't mean I'm going to stop using it, and I encourage you guys to do the same. Another favorite for me this month has been the Missha Perfect Cover BB Cream. I originally heard about this from Jessica Braun, Jam Beauty 89, who I love. Her channel's awesome. And I have the shade number 21. This is a Korean product. You can get it at Amazon or Walmart. I believe it's cheaper on Walmart's website. And also, I think you can pick this up at Target too. But this is really, really great. I love wearing this every day. It's what I have on my skin today. It's about a solid medium coverage. Like it's a BB cream. It's not going to be crazy, but I think it still does a really nice job of covering everything up. It feels light. It doesn't feel overly makeup-y, and it also sits beautifully on the skin. If you don't like that overly foundation-y look, you'd really like this. The only thing is the shade range. The shade range for this is not fantastic. And also, I'm not sure if you could see, but it's really, really gray. Like if I blend that out, there's kind of like this gray tone to it, which honestly for me, I really like. I tend to look for more gray toned foundations, not gray tone, but more neutral tone foundations. Oh, hello. Hi. What's going on? I tend to look for much more neutral tone foundations. So having something with this undertone actually works really well. When I do first put this on my skin, it looks really kind of scary, pale and gray, and just not totally, it doesn't look like it's going to work, but I mean, as you can see, I think it works pretty nicely. So yeah, love this for day to day, and it also has SPF 42, which is great. Next up is also another rediscovered favorite, and this is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. Sorry, you can see her walking. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. I have the shade 5 Ivory. I think this is the lightest shade. This is great. I used this years and years ago and just kind of forgot about it, got other things. And I recently bought this again this month just because I kind of wanted, the concealers that I have tend to be a little more full coverage, and I wanted something a little lighter, and I remember that this gave coverage but still had that really creamy light formula. Yeah, so I picked this concealer up again this month and I've been really impressed with it. And it also doesn't do that thing where, you know, sometimes when you're wearing mascara on your bottom lashes and it transfers to your concealer and it looks kind of like some concealers really attract mascara, I found. This doesn't do that. Mascara actually, you know, if it touches the concealer, it wipes away pretty easily. Like for example, the ColourPop No Filter concealer does a really bad job at that. If mascara or like eyeliner or eyeshadow touches that, it's just on there permanently. There's like no getting it away from the concealer, but this doesn't do that. And I really like that because that's something that drives me insane. My next makeup favorite for this month is the L'Oreal Color Riche Shine lipstick, and this is the shade 656 Beige in the City. These lipsticks are so nice. They are so creamy and so comfortable. You just see that shade there. It's a really nice everyday nude. It actually has like a slight shimmer running through it, I think, but it looks really pretty on the lips. It's nothing too noticeable. But yeah, these are great for every day. They're super comfortable. It just feels like wearing lip balm. And also, if you're like me, sometimes wearing like lipstick day to day kind of makes me feel self-conscious, just because not a lot of other people in my life do that who I know, so having something a little more subtle, a little more glossy and lip balmy doesn't make me feel as like self-conscious that I'm standing out and I'm wearing lipstick and no one else is. So yeah, this has been really awesome. I really like this a lot. All right, so my next favorite is kind of random, but these really impressed me. And these are the Garnier Whole Blends shampoo and conditioners. This is the illuminating shampoo and this is the smoothing conditioner. Number one, these smell fantastic. This one smells like, I don't know. It's Moroccan oil and Camilla extracts. I don't know, but it smells really good. And then this one is with coconut oil and cocoa butter, and it smells like delicious coconutty beach. These are so good. So this shampoo is meant to like kind of make your hair silky, shiny, smooth, and this one is meant to fight frizz and smoothing conditioner. Frizz is something I super struggle with, especially now that it's getting hotter and humid and it's just, my hair's a mess. But these two have been really, really good. I like them a lot. I've definitely noticed that my frizz has been more under control. My hair has felt a lot smoother, silkier, shinier. And yeah, these are really affordable at the drugstore and I was super impressed. I picked these up on a whim because they were, honestly, they were just on sale. I think like 2 for $5 or whatever. So I go for what's cheap. So I picked them up because I'm not usually too picky about shampoo and conditioner, but they really impressed me. I'm so pleasantly surprised with these. And my last favorite of the month is a skincare product, and this is from cosrx, and this is the Advanced Snail 96 Mucin Power Essence. The name of this cracks me up because I just always read like Advanced Snail, and I don't know, it makes me laugh. But this is kind of interesting. It is an essence, which I apply after my toner at night, but it is made of snail mucin. So at first the idea of this really grossed me out, just because the idea of putting snail gunk on my face didn't sound really appealing. But once you get over the idea of it, but it kind of does that thing where like you'll touch your fingers and it like, there's like that thread that like slowly pulls apart. It's exactly kind of what you would picture snail mucin, the texture of it to be. I thought the texture would actually disturb me more, but it doesn't. Once you get like over that and you just like rub it in, it doesn't like feel sticky or like mucusy on your face, even though I think that's what a lot of it's in here. So if you can get over the idea of it, this is awesome. This does such a good job at clearing your pores. What I really have noticed with this is a huge difference in the blackheads on my face. I don't get a lot of blackheads, but I do notice buildup around my nose and also where my pores are really large on my cheek area. And this has really helped clear that up since I started using it. I use this morning, I use it at night. It's really lightweight. It doesn't feel gross on the face despite what you may think and despite what's in it. But this has been really, really awesome. Yeah, it doesn't say anything on the bottle. Yeah, it's snail secretion filtrate, yum. But it really does a great job. Snail is supposedly wonderful for your skin, which is so strange. But I know it's in a lot of Korean skincare and cosrx is a Korean brand. But yeah, I've just been really impressed with what this has done for my skin and the changes that I've noticed. So highly recommend. And it's also pretty affordable. I think this was around $20. I got mine at Ulta. This is another favorite of the month. This is Ruby. It's Sunday when I'm filming this and we got her on Tuesday. She is wonderful. We adopted her from a shelter. She is a rescue from the Bahamas and she is the absolute sweetest dog. She likes to cuddle and she likes to go on long walks, right? She has been wonderful and she is such a joy. We've fallen in love with her so quickly and she's awesome, right? You're another favorite this month, right? Yeah? And now for a few unfavorites. This is the Ordinary Niacinamide and Zinc. I did not like this at all. This broke me out. And this is meant to prevent blemishes. First I thought this might just be purging my skin, and that was what the breakouts were, just kind of all the gunk getting out of there because this was doing its job. But the more I used this, the more I realized it was just straight out breaking me out. It wasn't a purge, it wasn't my skin clearing. It was huge, painful, cystic breakouts. This, was no bueno for my skin. I really hated this. I even took a break from this for a while to see if it was really this breaking me out and not something else that I was using, or stress, or whatever it was. And I came back to it about after a month. I came back to it, yeah, I believe the beginning of May, and the second I started using it, I started breaking out again. So this I do not recommend. I know some people love this. People say niacinamide is really, really good for your skin, but this did not work out for me. And my last unfavorite for the month is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Eyeshadow Primer. This is just a little sample I had that came with the Wet n Wild palette, and this may be the single worst product I've ever used on my face. I've never had an eyeshadow primer do anything like this has. This made my eyeshadow and my eyelids look super dry. It made my eyes look really crepey. Eyeshadow stuck to it in incredibly strange places, even when I set it with just like a skin tone shadow before I started blending color on top. This was terrible. This was the type of thing where I started my eyeshadow and I had to take it off. I looked in the mirror after I started and I was like, oh my god. And like, shadow would stick, like especially in this inner eye area, shadow would stick to it and look dry, and like you couldn't like remove it or blend it. Like I try to like with my finger go in and be like, okay, let's try to like move the shadow, smooth it out, and it would not do it. Shadow stuck to this great, but not in a good way. Not in a way that was workable and manageable. I really do not recommend this. This was one of the worst products I think I've ever used. Love Wet n Wild, love their price point, but this was a no-go for me. All right, so those are all my May favorites and unfavorites for this month. Let me know what you were loving this month down below. I am looking for some new stuff, looking to try some new products. So if you have any good recommendations, please let me know. Don't forget to thumbs up this video and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.